Hey everyone, Darren here from the Music Vault. Time that just right with the song. As They Sleep playing in the background, they remind me of the Black Dahlia Murder. I love that band and I love this band. So I got a bit of a collection update, a grail that I never knew I had grail, or that I never knew was out there grail, or I never knew anything about, but it turned out to be a grail for me. So, I'll do the CDs first, and then I'll make my way through. Up first, new Amon Amarth, Berserker. This album is fantastic. I love this album. The vocals are a little bit more lower. They're not as kind of screamy as Johan has, I find, in my opinion, is known for. New drummer. This feels like a new vibe kind of thing. Great band shot there. If you're into Viking death metal, I highly recommend this album. It's got like 12 songs on it. When once again we set our sails, great song. Wings of Eagles, great song. Into the Darker. It's a great album. I've listened to it a couple of times. I haven't listened to it since I got it after about the 5th or 6th spin, because I ended up getting a couple other things, so I've been listening to everything. This will visit my CD player again. Great album though. Cool cover too. Kind of reminds me of Braveheart. Up next, old school death metal band. Been around for 25 years or so. This album came out in 2014. I think it's their third album. Put their album out, From Beyond. Then they put an EP out, I believe, and I can't remember it. And then they put this out, Back From Beyond, and that is Massacre. I love that cover. It's a brilliant red. I just love it. Now, I don't know. To me, it kind of looks like a bootleg, because it's Century Media, but it's a Mexican release. It's from Mexico. It looks like a bootleg. I'm not saying it is, but the CD kind of doesn't match the brilliance of color of the. This looks like it's been faded somewhat. It could be just because it's a Mexican pressing. I don't know. Great album. The Ancient Ones opening riff is really cool. I highly recommend this album. It's got Terry Butler on it, from Obituary fame, on bass. Rick Ross, Ed Webb on vocals, and I don't know the drummer. I think he's been in a bunch of other death metal bands I've never heard anything of. I'm not familiar with them. And then up next, lastly for CDs, to me it's like a blackened death metal folk band, and that is Aluviti. I can't pronounce the title of the album. I want to say Ignatos, something like that. Got 19 songs on it. 16 songs and then 3 bonus tracks. If you like blackened folk death metal, I highly recommend these guys. Great album. I have one album on vinyl, Arcane Provocation, I think it's called. I think it's something like that. I can't remember. The album is split. One side's white, one side's like a brilliant green. It's really cool. I picked it up for dirt cheap. With shipping, I think I paid $10 total for the whole thing. It was ridiculous. Up next is my Grail that I didn't know I had as a Grail. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's this big album on your want list, and you search high and low for it. Well, this if I would have known that this was available, it would have been like #1 on my want list. Anyways, my best bud Chris was out at one of these thrift shops in Welland, about 20 minutes from here. My wife plays soccer there in Welland. And he was going through one of the thrift shops, waiting for his son to finish lacrosse practice. And he came across this. I'll just take it out so I can show you a little bit better. I have never seen it. Is it in focus? Well, it did, but anyways, I've never seen it before. I never even knew Anvil had it out. I went on eBay to see if they had a copy on eBay, and they didn't even have a copy of it on eBay. My buddy said that he saw a copy on Discogs, one copy, and a copy somewhere else, and then that. He paid $1 for it. He said he spotted that, and he knew that had me written all over it. So Anvil, Hard Times, Fast Ladies. I love that song. I love that album, Fortune and Fire. That has, I think it's got Winged Assassins on it. Scenery, which is probably my favorite Anvil song. Hard Times, Fast Ladies, and Make It Up to You. Love that album. And I love those, like I said, those first 3 Anvil records. Okay, so I decided to go up to the record shop. Didn't have a lot of money on me, but I went in, picked up a couple of pins and whatnot, and then I picked this up. And I don't know if I've shown this one. I know I showed the last one. I don't remember showing this one on video. If I have, I apologize. If not, well, you've seen it. If you haven't seen it in my other video, and if I haven't shown it, well, you've seen it for the first time. And that is Obscura Acro Aces. And I love this band. I absolutely love this band. Tech death metal from Germany, I believe. Here, let me see this first. Lyrics. Album's a bit tight to get out. And it's out on a really cool orange. It just, the orange matches. Oh, I just flipped it now. Come on. Always goes blurry on me. I hate that. Okay, let's see if I can. There we go. Nope. There we go. Yeah, so it's an orange, orange vinyl, double album. I love this band. Love them, love them. I haven't got the first one, but I have the last 4. 2 on CD, and then the last 2 I have on vinyl. But these Relapse Records albums are not cheap for these. This one I paid $30 for it. I happened to get this one for $30, but I bought their last one, their newest one. I think it was 34 Canadian. But then I was talking to the guy that owns the record shop, and he made a valid point, which makes sense. Like, I'm paying $34 Canadian for the album. I'm not paying, $26.99 American plus $20 American shipping. So by the time it's all said and done, that album, I can buy 2 or 3 albums for the cost of the one album if I get it shipped, or if I buy it from the record shop, right? Like from the record label, Relapse. Because every time in a double album, I'm looking at least $19 to ship it, and then $26 or $25 for the album. So I mean, do the math. At 25%, you know, I'm probably paying $60, $65 for that record. Well, I could buy this one and then go back to the record shop a couple of days later because I saw Scott show this one and I saw it there, and then buy this one. And this one was 30 bucks Canadian too, $29.99. And this is Sodom's, this is a reissue of Sodom from 2008. This is double vinyl, standard black. This isn't anything out of the ordinary. You know, pictures of the band. Oh no, sorry, it's not. It's on red vinyl. Why did I think it was on black vinyl? Yeah, it's on red vinyl. Well, that's a surprise. Probably because I know why. I didn't play the album because I got the CD with it. So I just pulled it out and looked at the sleeves, and I just thought it was a standard black vinyl, and it's not. It's red. So I played it, but I played the CD. I didn't play the album. And then up there, when I was up there, I grabbed this one. I have this on CD. I didn't have it on vinyl. And I really like this band. Oops. Album's too thick, too big to put into the jacket. And that's the brand new Suffocation of Darklight, of the Darklight. And this one came out translucent, or kind of like a cloudy grayish blue. Goes really well with the center rings. That was weird, that. Oh. So the last one I bought from this haul was, I think they're out of Pennsylvania. I just can't remember. And this album is frickin' fantastic. Described as dirty, grubby, entombed, December, dismember style death metal. And I like the cover because it reminds me of like the old style, like Napalm Death kind of grindcore album covers. I really dig that. And this is on kind of like a yellow vinyl, which is pretty cool, with reverse center rings. Yeah, this is a great album. Like, I really enjoyed that album. So on my way out the door, I spotted this band. And I didn't get him. I didn't buy the albums. I just spotted him. I came home and I kind of Googled to see what it was. And didn't think anything of it. I thought, well, next time I go back up, I'll grab them. So my buddy sends me a text and says that wants to know if I want to go to see Beyond Creation in July here in the city, up at the concert hall called the Warehouse. And so I went up to the Mind Bomb Records, and I picked up my tickets for Beyond Creation. 2 tickets, one for me, one for Mark. Totally stoked. One band is called Eaten by Sharks. There's 4 opening bands. I wish I should have wrote them down, but I didn't. Bands I've never heard of. Eaten by Sharks I might have heard, not familiar. The opening band is a band out of Niagara Falls. I think it's a death metal band. Anyways, Beyond Creation is brutal technical death metal from Quebec. I want to say Montreal. Don't quote me. So while I was there picking up the tickets, I took a look at these albums that I told you about, that I spotted. And they were next to nothing. They were $18.99, so I picked them both up. And that is a band called Wolfpack. And this album is called Lycanthro Punk. They're like a crust punk band from the States, I believe. I want to say they're from the States. They're now called Wolfbridge. Why they changed their name, I'm not quite sure. But this is like crust punk in terms of disgust, extreme noise terror. That's what I get out of it. Some grindcore influences, some death metal influences, a lot of hardcore punk. But they are basically, to me, like they're a hardcore punk, crust punk band. Really, really cool stuff. Straight black vinyl with an inner sleeve. The lyrics, obviously the lyrics tell they're punk because they don't have a lot to say, but what they do say, they get right to the point. You gotta like that about punk bands. They're right to the point. They don't beat around the bush. There's no metaphors. There's no whatevers. It's just straightforward, in your face. I think, if I remember correctly, this might be the last album they put out, or they might have put out one more when they were called Wolf Pack before they became Wolf Brigade, or Wolf Brigade, not Wolf Bridge. What am I thinking of? Frickin'. So then I figured, pick that one up. I might as well grab that one. The New Dawn Fades. It's great crust punk. They're a great band. Cool cover. Kind of like the punk covers of Days Gone By. It's on black vinyl again with insert card. Yeah, so I picked those two up. If you're from St. Catharines, you see this video, I highly recommend that you go to Mind Bomb Records. It's a great record shop. The guy that owns it is really cool. I don't know his name. I'm not familiar with his name, but I know who he is. I could pick him out of a crowd and say, yep, that's the guy that owns Mind Bomb Records. I've talked to him quite a few times at great lengths about stuff. He's just a nice guy. But I highly recommend Mind Bomb Records if you're in St. Catharines. And if you want to go to a used shop and you always find a gem, Niagara Records, my buddy Chris's shop, I highly recommend that place as well, because you will find a gem. I guarantee it. And it's dirt cheap there. You know, you can pick up a used record for in mint condition for as cheap as $1. And you'll pay, I've seen him have stuff there up to $100. It was a Forgotten Rebels their first EP in great shape for $100. But yeah. Anyways, that, my friends, is my update for this time around. So I will be doing some more videos. Probably might do a video tomorrow if my wife goes to work. Still want to do a head-to-head on Iron Maiden and Rush. I still want to continue on in that series. So I might do Suffocation. See, some bands I don't have complete discographies. Like I might have slammed into like Cannibal Corpse. I have all their latest stuff with George Fisher. I don't like Chris Barnes. I don't like his vocal style. I didn't like Cannibal Corpse. I mean, they had the odd song that was decent. The Bleeding was a decent album, but I didn't like Chris Barnes' vocal style. I don't have anything from The Haunted because I'm just, again, not a fan at all of his vocal style. It sounds like he's just smoked one too many joints and it's just a raspy death growl, which is nothing of the whatever. Anyways, my friends, I'm gonna go finish listening to this as they die. Throw on something else. I'm gonna upload this video, and I will see you next time. Cheers, guys.